Pete.
I'm Rox,
This is
the
the
Bourbon
Bourbon
Barrel.
Barrel, and today we're going to do ryes. Now, when we started this show, I was not a big fan of anything outside of the scope of bourbon, but I've come to accept whiskey and rye as both parts of the bourbon family in the last 2 years and such. He's still working on scotch, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. So with that,
I was coughing. Like,
no. So we're gonna try the Widow Jane. This is a applewood rye where they put staves of applewood in it,
apparently.
which I like the idea behind that. It sounds like a cool concept, so I'm hoping it's good. This is also like 94 proof, right?
Yeah,
So it's
three,
a
four, something.
little lighter on the proof compared to a Wild Turkey 101. Now, Wild Turkey 101 is like a daily sipper for me. Like I will buy that all day,
Bourbon.
every day,
Bourbon.
just the
He's talking
regular.
about. Yeah,
The rye, so I have to hope that the rye is pretty tasty, because if not, that's gonna be sad.
it's true.
But I like every Wild Turkey product I have, I enjoy, so I don't see a problem with
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But so we've got them poured. They've been airing out for a little bit,
As
and
as a matter of fact, we've never done the Wild Turkey 80. Never
mm,
had it on the show.
that's
We're not a big 80 people,
yeah, we don't need
obviously,
80.
but we also are not snobs. We just did Ancient Age and Benchmark, which are the same damn thing.
Yeah, 100%.
We didn't catch a difference
None.
at all on that episode at all. But I would like to throw in other 80s so you guys know what we thought. Like, if you're going to spend the money, if you don't mind spending 5 or 10 more dollars, this is the best 80, whether or not it's Benchmark, Penelope, or what we're talking about now, like Wild Turkey. Maybe Wild Turkey 80 is
So
better than Benchmark.
it's possible. And the thing I have against, well, not just 80s, but like trying a Wild Turkey, a Knob Creek, and like an Elijah Craig
I don't think Knob Creek makes an 80.
or a Maker's Mark. No,
Okay.
but I'm saying like when you try those things together, the the grain bills are so different that you probably like the first one. Like this has happened to me time and time again where I'll like the first one and then the next one tastes so much different. It almost tastes funky and it's not good,
Right.
but I know I like it, so it's kind of weird to do that. Like these big distilleries, I don't know, but yeah. So I wouldn't put a Buffalo Trace 80 up against a Wild Turkey 80 just because of that, maybe. But like trying it on its own, I have no problem with. That seems like a fair assessment.
Right.
And we
I
can,
was trying to find the mash bill for the Wild Turkey, so that's why I was looking down,
yeah.
guys.
So a lot of places have been doing like this 51% rye just to call it a rye,
Elijah Craig.
like Elijah Craig and a
Hmm.
bunch of other places. But after reading the label on the back of the Wild Turkey, it said that it's been doing this since like the 50s.
51% rye,
So
37 or 51% rye, 37% corn, 12% malted barley
so this is another one of those 51s. But again, they say that they've been making a rye
for
since
years.
the 50s.
Yeah.
So you know what's messed up is that in another like couple decades, we're gonna be talking about the 50s as a present tense.
Hello. You'll be talking about the 50s as present tense. I'll be dead.
Well,
So,
we can hope.
yeah, wow. Jesus, holy shit. That went sideways quick. Oh my God. Jesus. It's because I made him drink barbecue whiskey.
Terrible
He got
whiskey.
all sorts of upset about this
Awful.
thing.
I just
It was $1.
that should tell you all you
He
need to
made me
know.
drink gin last time.
And it was delicious, and he enjoyed it.
Mhm. It was delicious, but it's still gin. So you liked something Scotch. I know you did more than something else anyway.
Never
So
in my life.
you, as long as it's not peated, you like it. You don't like the smoky.
No one likes that.
You well, I mean, apparently some drunk people over
Over in
across
Ireland,
the seas.
Ireland, Ireland.
A lot of other
Mm.
things to be happy about. Like, I
I
mean, let's be.
watched I watched the YouTube show where all these Irish people are putting like bourbons up against whiskeys of the world, like in India, Wisconsin, and more often than not, bourbon's won because bourbon is good.
Nice, nice.
Whiskey that
And
is
only in
peated
America.
and Scotch that is peated
Ugh.
sucks,
Gonna show up with
and everyone
Octomore one of
knows
these
it.
times that like
How
super
dare you,
heavily
sir? How
peated.
dare you?
Hey,
Anyway,
we're gonna give it a
I'm gonna
shot
start drinking
and yeah,
because
start.
well,
We
I'm gonna finish drinking.
doubt that too. I think it's too early. I think some point today you'll probably have something else to drink.
Okay,
I should hope on a
I
Sunday.
taste the apple in that. That's nice. Really
Interesting.
like that. Like it's
Did you nose either or
I
no?
did.
Okay.
It's different enough. But it's almost like
Oh, I smell a huge difference.
it's yeah.
There's a huge difference in smell.
Like there's not a lot of I think they did this very well because I think the proof point for this is outstanding because there's not a lot of burn. I'm getting the apple flavor prominent.
Okay.
And yeah, that's tasty. That's not bad at all.
And you haven't tasted the turkey yet.
I don't want to do that until I'm done with the 94 proof
Okay.
because reasons. Uh, I I feel like if you try the 101 and then you go back to this, you're not going to taste any of that burn. Then the apple flavor might get.
Hmm. I'm getting more of the apple on the nose than I did on the mouth,
Oh, I
on
tasted
the
it
taste.
immediately. It was very, very prominent to me. But
The noses are extremely different. Like I can absolutely tell the difference that there's a huge difference in the nose.
that's delightful. That's like a very strong wine, kind of like
Oh, see, and I don't have a lot of wine
no,
background.
not
I
even a
really
like a.
don't.
It's got like subtle hints of like a cider, which makes sense with the apple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I yeah, that's tasty. That's probably the best thing we've had all day so
But did
far.
it come from an angry orchard?
No,
No, it didn't. Okay. It came from a more pleasant, happily, enjoyable
I
orchard.
I don't know. I don't talk to apples.
All right, well, you could start.
It
So,
seems like something
some of them
they
are
put you in the workhouse for
delicious, and
that.
others of them are crispy. So, I don't even go apple picking when my family goes. I don't even like.
I like I like apples and I like the products that come from apples like pie. I do not like picking apples.
No, no, no.
It's not my cup of tea.
I like the apple cider donuts they bring home
I
from those
like apple
places.
cider.
And yeah,
It's delicious.
Angry Orchard, but it's so sweet.
It's
It's
way
ridiculous
sweet.
sweet.
Yeah.
Like they have the 12 packs of the variety packs. There'll be like two or three or whatever of
Hmm.
light.
Hmm.
That's the best. But I've
Yeah.
never seen even a six pack of the light. You have to buy those variety packs, then you
Yeah.
get all
No,
those other things.
you buy apple cider like hey, and you're just like, hello, Beatus, my old friend. Yeah.
This is good.
God will forgive me once again.
I'm still having trouble finding the apple and the taste as much as I am the nose.
Oh, I
But I
definitely.
haven't tried turkey. Are you
I'm
trying
about to
turkey?
try the turkey
All
because I
right.
want to go back to the Jane after.
That's what she said.
Okay, this is where weird shit comes into play because the apple
It's not
taste
weird
was
shit.
so good that it's not a usual thing. Like it's a kind of off the cuff, like kind of weird. Like not everyone does like an apple.
No, yeah, I don't know of another
So
Applewood stay finish.
trying a wild turkey that doesn't have that kind of thing in it after that, and it's just a rye. It kind of degrades the fact that it's more of a straight up rye. Like this, like
Which is weird because we should have maybe started with a 101
maybe I don't
to
know.
go
Like
to the
I'm gonna try it again because
right.
Kentucky Hug rules. Got to do it twice. Okay, it's better after the Widow Jane's like no longer in your mouth.
This would be better to have gone up against the Elijah Craig because then it's a 94, but there's no apple and it's another 51% rye.
Hmm.
Like the battle is hard to. And if we're saying battle as far as just discussing this, this one was a liter for 30 bucks.
Yep.
This one is it's a 750, yes or
Yep.
no? Okay. 750 and it was 35 to 40 bucks, but again, New York, Applewood, they had to add a little something in there. But Heaven Hill owns
Um.
this now, so
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that if I had to pick a Wild Turkey 101 product, it would be the bourbon and not the rye for the price and everything. I don't think that the rye adds anything to it. It's just a little more spice, and it's not the same mash bill that I fell in love with the Wild Turkey 101.
I think it's an unfair battle. I think we're putting a heavyweight up against a lightweight. And we're also putting up a heavyweight against a lightweight as far as the distillery, but then we're putting up something with no extra flavor added to something that's got extra flavor added, and we don't know their rye mash bill on this to begin with
Sure.
before they add it.
Um,
So
honestly, I
it
mean,
might be my first Widow Jane ever, by the way.
that's fair.
Have you had a Widow Jane
No,
before at
no.
all? Because they have the regulars, and we
But
just haven't
in
done them
my,
yet.
I mean,
And they're New York, so we're kind of
Heaven
slacking.
Hill's a huge,
It is,
it's
yeah.
huge. So I wouldn't say that you're putting a lightweight and a heavyweight apart from each other. They're
Well,
both big distilleries.
Well, yeah. Well,
Um,
now, yeah. Now that they got bought out, yeah, that's true. That's true.
but
But
I'm gonna say I would do this again. The Widow Jane Apple. I
mhm.
don't know that I would do the Wild Turkey Rye because if I'm gonna buy a Wild Turkey 101, I'm gonna buy the original Wild Turkey 101 bourbon.
I'm in complete agreement with what you said with the idiosyncrasies being different depending on
Hmm.
if we're doing something for the show or I'm doing something that has something to do with something else that has something to do with the rye part of it. This is a rye with different flavoring.
Yep.
you know, not flavoring, but different finishing, different staves. They
And
didn't
I
add
don't
anything to
honestly,
it. You know
I'd
what I
be
mean? They
hard
put
pressed to tell this
oak,
is a rye in
apple,
general. Like this is I get that apple so prominently. Like that could be just a
and you lower the
flavored.
proof and you add a flavor to it. I mean,
Hmm.
it's got a, it's weird too. Like we've never had this before, and we love wild turkey regular stuff. We've never had regular Widow Jane before, but it was a cool bottle and it was something different I'd never seen. And I always tell you guys, I like when I see something different, I just try to grab it if I can. If it's not,
Three
when you
hundred
see
and
something
thirty
you've never heard of
dollars.
and it's $150, I'm kind of like, you know, if I've never heard of that, I don't know
Maybe
if
not.
that's a great idea, but
Yeah.
um, I don't think. I mean, what was our favorite rye so far? Do you recall? If you have a thought process at all? Because we've done 200 plus episodes now. So it's kind of crazy to think, but it's true.
I don't think that's accurate.
Well, the thing says 198 videos when I jump in.
Well, there's still a few
So
things.
yeah,
But as far
mini
as
episodes, bitty
best
episodes.
rye I've ever had,
I feel like we had
um,
a
I don't know, man.
we've done Bullet Rye, we've done
Bullet rye's
Elijah
going.
Craig
Elijah Craig's
Rye.
not bad.
We've
Rye's are all right, but if I'm gonna drink something,
I'm
more
forgetting
often than not, I'm
something
gonna
too.
go
I
with
know
bourbon.
there's some rye in there we've tried that other than that too.
There's the rabbit hole.
Oh, the yes, the
That's
rabbit
pretty
hole.
tasty.
Yeah,
I highly recommend.
yeah.
Um, I don't know, man.
I don't know that I would say, oh man, yeah, this is the winner. This is the clear winner. But it also kind of feels like we're almost back to the beginning in that we don't have a lot of rye experience. We've got a few rye episodes that, but not much, not a lot. And it kind of feels like we're back to the beginning where it's like, well, it's a lower proof and it's got more flavor, so it's better. Like I started my journey by liking peanut butter whiskey because it had flavor to it. And then I got to learn stuff. And I think maybe if we, but it doesn't mean we're going to, but like if 5 years from now we've done a lot more rye episodes through and through in our journey on this show, we might be like, okay, so yeah, that was good, but we had barely tried rye. Remember that a couple years ago? And now this or something else like Pikesville. Everybody loves Pikesville, which is again Heaven Hill product, and it's 51% rye.
Hmm.
But Pikesville kind of jumps to the top of all that. As a matter of fact, our local store that we go to a lot has the blend. The bottle is called Stellum, the Fibonacci blend #1 that won the
Yeah,
Ascot Award for Best Rye in the world last year
yeah,
for Fred Minnick's things. It's like $90, so I haven't bought it yet, but I've considered it because I know it won all their awards.
sure.
So, but we haven't mastered. We haven't really done all the bourbons yet. Like there's still
Oh, I mean,
19. Like he's got. Look, there's a whole shelf over
that's
there.
a lot compared to some other people too. Like that. I mean, if you look at the back of Randy Sullivan's wall, he's got
Well,
yeah. So
he's Randy Sullivan.
he is Randy
He's
Sullivan.
so
But
I don't know, man. I like them both to a degree. I think rye's supposed to be spicier. You're
yeah,
supposed to be like it's a spicier
but I don't know.
thing, but
I honestly, I feel like I would buy the Widow Jane apple.
oh no, no,
I would do
yes, I
that.
agree.
I don't think
I
I would
agree.
ever buy the Wild Turkey 101 if I was
Well, I wouldn't say I would never buy
not
it again.
not for a show. Like if it wasn't for a show or anything, I don't think I'm doing that. I think I'm going straight for regular Wild Turkey 101.
Oh well, yeah. Like sipping at my house
Yeah.
just for myself. Yeah, I'm buying regular bourbon
Like
Wild
if I
Turkey.
need
One
a
hundred.
rye, I think there's better options. I'm not gonna lie. If I need a rye for like a recipe or something like that, or for someone coming over,
But then you get to the straight rye. Then there's like Sazerac rye, which we haven't
hmm
done yet, and I think that's I don't know what the mash bill is, but it's always readily available. We just haven't grabbed a bottle. It's like
yeah,
28 bucks. It's not even terrible. We just haven't done. But we're not the rye barrel. We're the bourbon barrel. So you
true,
know,
true.
and we're not professing that we're experts on anything bourbon either, but we're trying to get better at bourbon, and this is just it's a
We're
wild card.
we're experts in not knowing what the hell we're talking about.
Well, it's very true.
Yeah,
It's very true.
so
We learned some today. That's right.
call me Doctor Know Nothing.
That's right.
I'm Neat,
I'm Rocks,
and this is the
the
Bourbon
bourbon
Bear.
barrel rye